How's it going, man?
It's going a it's going a okay. I just had a debate about. I just debated. Apparently your best friend Demon Mama on nuclear weapons, so that was
Uh,
fun. I was gonna put my chatters on trial to see if they can get unbanned, but he skipped his court date, so now he's gonna stay banned. Sad for him.
okay. Um, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. The other day, I guess we were talking, and then you kind of like called me out on something, or I guess you maybe felt like you had a gotcha of some kind, and you said something about something about coming from the guy who advocates violent protests or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the
Uh,
direct quote was, but yeah.
Basically, you called me inept, and so you peeved me a little bit because I was like, wow,
Hmm.
you didn't even insult me here, okay? And so then I kind of just threw a little jab, and I think the jab was like, we can talk about Mike Pence's record. We can talk about Kamala's record. We don't want to talk about your record. 'Cause some of that would get you banned on Twitch now. It was like specifically talking about your clip where you where you specifically say something about I want to be careful because it's Twitch US. But you say something about certain things with starting with the V word, V protests, being good and actively encouraging people to do it.
Oh, okay. So that's where I got to stop you right there. One, I literally never ever encourage any person to be violent in any kind of protest. I've never ever encouraged that kind of behavior. I wouldn't ever.
We just watched the clip though.
Okay, go ahead and show me the clip.
Okay, we'll watch the clip on stream. Um, maybe I really misinterpret your words there.
Yep.
I'm open to
Sure.
to change, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
watch the clip one more time. One second, let me find it. I just had it.
Yep.
I'll just type it in. There we go. Let's watch it again.
Kind of decline thanks to the violence. We actually saw increase because it got more media coverage. We've seen historically how violent protests have had great impact politically over our entire lifetime from the civil rights movement and before. That's why. So I think absolutely, yeah, them niggas should go violent. Loot, break windows, do whatever the freak you got to do, light police stations on fire. I think all of it ends up being particularly effective. That's something that I think it gets the results we need, and we have both sides that are literally just playing both sides. So you got Republicans that come up with police reform, like in the House.
I honestly, after watching it again, I could not think of a more possible like
Oh sure.
restatement of like I believe that violent protest is effective and I think they should do it, and you even stated specifically the types of ones.
Okay, so one, I'm not, I 100% agree that they're effective. Literally, that they're literally well, yeah. Okay, so one, I think they're effective. Two, I believe it's the only way that change will happen, probably most likely, because it seems like every other option that we've used hasn't been effective. But I'm not encouraging anyone else to do it.
You said they should though. You said they should.
I'm saying the people who want the change bad enough, that's what they should do, sure. Because that's the
Okay.
only way that they will get that change. But I'm not encouraging them or advocating for them, and I would
Okay.
never ever morally
So
justify it.
if Donald Trump was like making a speech, right? And
Hmm.
he was like, "Man, there's a
I'm
lot of
not Donald Trump.
yeah, I know, but you had a platform and you used it. Let's say, okay, not you then. Let's say another streamer, right?
Oh,
Let's say another streamer was making a speech, and they were saying like, when we talk about stopping Antifa, there's not a lot of things that have worked. But historically, when you talk about stopping Antifa, the thing that makes them run away historically has always been when Kyle. So, should they Kyle? You mean, it seems to be the most effective in dealing with them. And then you would be like, whoa, that seems pretty, like, did you just say that they should do it? And he's like, no, 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 I'm just saying that it might be effective. I'm just saying that it might be that. Now, it's not comparable to what you
no,
stated at
not
all
might
when it
be.
comes
Not
to.
no, no. First, let's stop right there. One, I didn't say might be. It absolutely is effective
Mm-hmm.
historically. Two, there's a very big difference when I'm talking to my very small platform, and there's a bunch of conversation around it. There's later on in the conversation where I absolutely say, one, I would literally never be involved in any of these things. Two, I would never tell any person that I know to do it. Three, I would never literally advocate for any person to be violent. However, I recognize that if people want the change, this is probably the only way that it's going to happen. This is
And they
what they
should
should.
do it. And you think they should do it.
This is what they should do if they want that change. But I would never ever advocate for it. In the same sense that like there's plenty of things that you could say that somebody, if this is the result you want, then you should do it. But I would totally recommend you don't. For example, somebody has complete. I mean, yeah, okay. So there's a guy that he's very curious, right, about just wanting to have extramarital relations because he's only been with one woman, and so he's like, yeah, Like, yeah. So basically, at the end of the day, my advice to the dude was, I think you should just I think you should just stick with your wife. Like, that's it. Yada 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 yada. However, if this is something that you're saying is never going away, and you don't think you can, I mean, never going to go away, and you don't think you can be happy with otherwise, then yeah, this is something you should do. Then, like, but would I ever advocate for it? No. Do I think it's morally justified? No. Do I think it's a reasonable thing to do, or do I think it's a smart thing to do? No. Do I think it probably is going to bring you all sorts of problems? Absolutely. So, but yeah, is it if this is the only thing that you think can make you happy, then yeah, you should do it. People should pursue life the way they want to. Do I think everything is advisable? No, but like there's plenty of things that I think that people should do if that's what they want to do. But it's strange for me.
Okay, so people are asking me to play the clip again because they didn't see it, so I'm gonna play it one more time for chat. Sure. Okay.
Kind of decline thanks to the violence. We actually saw increase because it got more media coverage. We've seen historically how violent protests have had great impact politically over our entire lifetime, from the civil rights movement and before. That's why. So I think absolutely, yeah, them niggas should go violent. Loot, break windows, do whatever the freak you got to do, light police stations on fire. I think all of it ends up being particularly effective. That's something that I think it gets the results we need, and we have both sides that are literally just playing both sides.
So so you're saying that when you stated that it is effective, right? And that's what you're saying. You're saying right now it is effective. It's 100% effective historically. It'll be effective now. It's effective, right? And you say about all the ways it's effective, and then you go into saying they should do it, and then you specifically say the different acts of violence that should be done. I don't want to rename them. You say the specific acts of violence, but what you're saying is that wasn't you saying that people should do it. It's if they want the good results, they should do it.
No, what I'm saying is really simply, for the people who want the change and recognize that nothing's going to happen, if they're willing to do that, then that's what they should go ahead and do. If they feel that the only way that they're going to get any results is to be violent, because obviously that seems to be the case, then that's what they should do. I would never advocate any individual to do it. I would never ever say it's a good thing to do. But if we want change, that's what we should do if we want change. It's that simple.
Okay, so you do realize by you saying that the only way we're going to get change is by being violent, and then following that up by they should do it, and you didn't say if that's what they want. You just said they should do it in this specific moment.
You're taking a 45-second clip.
Okay. Then maybe later you said they should do it only if they want good results, but still, you do know that's going to encourage people.
You're taking 30 seconds from a 20-minute conversation in which there were plenty of times where I said, one, I would never ever advocate for it. People know that I'm a pretty passive dude in general, so I've never ever advocated for a person to be violent. I'm one of those turn the other cheek people. So I'm always the type of person talking about, yeah, if somebody does you wrong, yeah, you don't really have a right to go ahead and take the law into your own hands. That's always been my stance. I've always pretty much lived from a Judeo-Christian perspective, so I've never ever advocated for violence. I never ever would. I don't think it's ever a good thing to do. But that doesn't mean that I don't recognize that a lot of times political change will only happen through violence. It's the same way that I would never ever advocate for war, literally ever. Nor would I ever advocate for my children to participate in war. Nor would I ever, it would never ever happen. I don't believe in it. It's something that I'm 100% against. However, I do recognize that some people, we do live in a country where everyone's not going to subscribe to my values. So there's going to be plenty of times where I'm going to say, according to other people's value system, they should do what they think they should do. I don't think anyone should worship Muhammad, right? But if that's their goal, if that's their God, if that's what they believe is God, then they should worship him. Do I think it's advisable? Hell no, I'm a Christian. So no, I'm never going to think that's the right thing to do. So there's a difference between, do I think someone should do something in order to achieve a desired result? Yes. Or in other words, do I think this would be the effective way of achieving a desired result? Yes. Do I think it's the smart thing to do? No.
Okay. So we're going to really ride the line here. So I'm going to try to make some decent analogies that are not riding the line here, because I'm trying to be very careful, because this is really on the line of the new TOS. And I know there's people who specifically have been trying to, they've been clipping specifically shit, like my old clips where I documented war shit. So I'm trying to be very careful. So,
I got one. Here's a real simple. Here's a real simple one. Really simple analogy. Okay. Guys being bullied in school. He's talked to the school, and the school's not doing anything about it. He's talked to his teachers. His teachers aren't doing anything about it. He's talked to his parents, and his parents aren't doing anything about it. I would probably, if that person were to ask me, how do I get these people to stop? It's like, man, honestly, at this point, like you've exhausted all options. I'd probably think that the only way, the only thing that's going to get these people to stop is for you to probably instill some sort of fear in them, right? Now, I'm never going to tell you that's what you should do, because they're going to deal with a whole bunch of negative ramifications from it, right? Or I'm never going to tell you this is
Well,
what
I'll take the jump. You should.
you to do it. I would never advise you to do it, but I would say this: if you want to stop, this is the only thing that you can do. I don't know. I guess it's really simple. This is what if this is the result you want, and this is the only option you have, this is what you should do. But I myself, I would never ever advocate for a person to do it. I would never say that that's what because I think it's going to bring in all kinds of problems elsewhere as well.
Well, you do okay, number one, I'll take the jump. If somebody's bullying you and you have standard older options, sometimes you need some good old Western justice. I'll throw that out there. I'll take the leap for you. Okay. It's probably not some people would the educational system would not be happy with me, but that's my position. That's what I'll teach my kids, right? So, but when it comes specifically to this, you do realize by you saying this is something that you should do, and then listing out the specific acts that you should do, and following it up as a description as basically this seems to be the only option that works, you're basically giving everybody the direct line to, okay, violence. That's the solution. Violence. You're giving them. You've connected all the dots there, but at the end you say, but that's if you want to. I mean, I'm not saying do it. I mean, for instance, if I was like, you know what, you seem poor, right, person, and when you look at statistically, right, most people who are poor do not just become rich. Statistically, that doesn't happen. Now, there seems to be a bank over there. That bank has a lot of money. And statistically, there's a decent chance that if you go there and rob the place, you'd get a lot of money. And here's the ways you do it. You do it with a gun. You do it with a mask. You do it with your gang. You get it up. You put it in a van, GTA style. You get all the way there. I'm not saying you should do it, but it seems like the only way one day you're going to get wealth. You're connecting all the dots here, giving them all the, like, basically instructing them on, like, what specific things to do. It's like, but then you're trying to, like, drop responsibility at the end of it.
Sure. I can see where you could say that, and I guess maybe that's what's happening. But yeah, I guess that's where I am. Because let me ask you a few questions really quick. How do you feel people should respond when peacefully protested and acted violently upon by the police officers? How do you think they should respond?
I think that the way they should respond is by doing their best to hold their ground. But I do, as somebody who's like a hippie, I do not think in the vast majority of cases you should act back violently towards a cop. I think that can end in very horrible ways. And that would be my answer to that question.
Okay, I got it. So basically, if you're peacefully protesting and cops begin to tear gas, hit you with rubber bullets, and beat you with batons, you should just try your best to stay there. That's it?
That's something I would say that's like one option you got. The other one is leaving, but sadly, like, that.
Okay, so basically, if you leave, then that means your protest is gone, right? And if
not necessarily.
Well, sure it is.
Well, no, you just route out, right? The thing is, police use crowding tactics, right? They try to, like, get you down to go specific paths, and so what you usually would try to do is drag it out through the night, and then, like, over time, like, quote unquote, like, tire out the police force through repeated doing this day after day after day.
This is stupid. This is very stupid. As we've seen, it's been completely ineffective.
Well, I mean, it's happening right now. We're talking about cops are quitting, like, a lot because they're, like, fucking exhausted because their police force are being having to go out there every single night. Cops are getting like, this is happening.
The majority of police officers that I've seen have been quitting specifically because they've been decrying the fact that now police are being held to account, and several police officers have been fired. So they've started to feel like that they're no longer immune or above to the law. Diplomatic immunity not diplomatic. What's the word? Qualified immunity seems like it seems to be disappearing, and plenty of officers have felt like officers are being unjustly prosecuted over some of their actions, and that's why so many of them quit.
While that is an anecdote, I'll just accept it face value.
That's been a huge. That's been one of the largest.
You have statistics to back up that the vast majority of police quitting is because we're being held to account, and we're angry that we're being held to account. You have something to back that up with statistics.
So I have plenty of articles in which plenty of officers have come forward, have come forward.
That's what an anecdote is.
Hold on. I have plenty of articles where plenty plenty of officers that have come forward, and that's been the major talking point from like literally every news media outlet in existence. Do you have some?
That's an anecdote.
Do you have any to the? Do you have
Well,
any to the
no.
contrary?
Well, no, but I do have. Okay, so but the
Okay,
thing is,
so-
what we have.
okay,
Listen to me.
I
Listen to
have
me.
a-
Listen to
so
me.
basically-
Listen to
so
me.
I got a
Listen to
whole
me.
bunch-
Listen to
so I
me.
got a whole bunch
You're
of news
just
stories that have
yelling. I'm
nothing-
trying to be very. Okay, dude. I'm trying to be very
I got a
polite
whole
right
bunch of
now.
news stories that
I'm
have
about,
nothing.
dude. I'm about to tell you what I have. Listen to me, okay? I'm trying to be very polite with you. You continue to talk to me like that, I will not be polite with you, okay?
Okay, I don't care about whether you're polite or not. Like, if it just
Okay,
give me some sort of,
got it.
some sort of data.
Got it. Okay. So if you,
You
number
don't
one,
need to have anything?
fatigue. You're asking me for data. You didn't give me data. You said I got news articles of cops complaining. That's
you
not
have
data.
anything?
That is an anecdote. So number one, it was an anecdote. I do have things. I got stories. I got multiple police chiefs talking about how their resources are stretched thin.
I
That's
have to the contrary.
well.
I have to.
Wait. You have cops saying, "Yo, we're staffed to high heaven. We're staffed to high heaven."
Hold on.
No. I can make noises too. No. Ba 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 ba. I can make noises
You don't
too.
wanna talk. You don't want to have a conversation.
No, I do. You're just being like
Okay, so
you're
then
acting
stop
like a
being
prick
stupid.
right now.
All right, so look,
What the
simple.
fuck?
No. So the point is, yes, those two are not mutually exclusive, retard. So the idea that there could be
Oh, you're not using. Okay, nope, that's bad. Goodbye. Nope, that's nope. I'll take so much. I'm not taking that. I'll take it to a point. I'm not taking that. Nope, you're not saying that here. Nope. I'll take rudeness to a point. I'm not taking that. Fuck off. Nope. Somebody ban him in chat. I don't want. Nope. Fuck off. Nope. I'll take it to a point. You can call me stupid. You can call me this. You can call me that, and I'll meme with you. I'll go with you. I'm not doing that. Nope. Nah. He was already riding the line with clips like this. Dude's a ticking time bomb to get banned. I'm good. I like to keep my Twitch channel. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna unmute Demon Mama. Well, what you think of that? Demon Mama?
There, sorry about that. That went about exactly as I thought it was gonna be. My chat is losing it. He did the exact same thing to me, mauled like shit, dropped an R slur, freaked out, started talking over me. Yeah.